It's hard to know when one is going through a personal rite of passage. It becomes apparent afterwards, but during it is difficult to know how significant the event is as a milestone in one's life. I realized I went through a rite of passage not too long ago while attending a local music festival. I love going to music festivals because they encourage one to feel free to enjoy one's own experience. I am one of the older attendees at this festival. Not to say I'm old. I just turned 60 last year, so to me, that's not old. Music has always been a big part of my life. I'm inspired by musicians who can create music that stirs so many emotions inside me. At music festivals, I appreciate hearing and seeing these incredibly talented DJs playing live with the awesome sound system, laser lights flashing, and people dancing with fire and flashing lights all around me. But to be honest, it can be very overwhelming. It was one of these moments when I was feeling overwhelmed that I left the stage area and started walking back through the camp. As much as I could appreciate the music playing all over the festival, I realized I couldn't truly relate, and that made me feel alone and sad. I sat down on the grass. I felt like I didn't belong, as if I was from another time and place. Then, softly in the distance, I could hear the song Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd floating over the air from a renegade DJ camp. As I was flooded with sentimental emotions due to this song being a part of my growing up, I felt a huge wave of acknowledgement. And then it hit me. I'm old school. I worked in record stores and for Warner Brothers record label for years in the 1970s. I was totally immersed in the culture of classic rock and roll with artists such as Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Grateful Dead and The Who, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, just to name a few. And I realized if it wasn't for classic rock, there wouldn't be the music that I was hearing all over the festival. Saying I'm old school helped me to acknowledge my past within the present and how I fit into the current scene. It's okay if I'm not young and able to fully immerse myself into the electronic music culture of today with all its sounds and visuals. I am grateful to know my past culture paved the path for these new musicians, and being old school is okay.